Last year I asked you to pray for me. Unfortunately, I've had a setback. I'm back in the hospital.
It is with deep sadness that we bring you the news that beloved Rhode Island judge, Frank Caprio, has passed away.
I think you've been punished enough.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Taking all those factors into consideration, the matter will be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Known to millions as the nicest judge in the world, Caprio died on Wednesday at the age of 88, following a battle with pancreatic cancer.
How about $35 court cost?
Yes!
How about 5 days in jail?
Yes!
His death was confirmed by his family and later shared on his official social media pages, where he had built an extraordinary connection with people all over the globe. This news comes just days after Judge Caprio appeared in a heartfelt video from his hospital bed. With a trembling voice and tears in his eyes, he asked his followers for one more thing: their prayers. It was a powerful moment that captured the very essence of who he was: humble, compassionate, and full of faith in the goodness of people. Governor Dan McKee immediately ordered that flags in Rhode Island be flown at half-staff, calling Caprio a treasure to the state and to the nation, a man who showed us what is possible when justice is tempered with humanity. But who exactly was Judge Frank Caprio? Why did he capture the admiration of millions around the world? And how did a small-town judge from Providence rise to become an international symbol of kindness, compassion, and empathy? Today, we take a deep look back at the life, career, and lasting legacy of Judge Frank Caprio. Frank Caprio's final days. The last days of Judge Caprio's life touched millions. In December 2023, he revealed publicly that he had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. News he shared on his birthday, which he described as one of the happiest days of the year for him. Instead of hiding his illness, he opened up to the public, inviting them into his journey, just as he had done throughout his career. Over the months that followed, he continued to appear in interviews, always speaking with honesty and optimism. He admitted the treatments were difficult, and there were nights when he prayed not only for strength but also for healing. Yet, he remained hopeful and grateful for every moment of life. Just one day before his passing, Caprio recorded an emotional video asking once again for prayers. He spoke softly, almost whispering at times, acknowledging that he had suffered a setback. Still, he expressed faith in God's plan and the power of kindness from others. That video was viewed more than 3 million times within hours, a reflection of the deep love and respect people felt for him. His family later confirmed that he died peacefully, surrounded by loved ones. His son shared a moving statement, thanking the public for the endless support, saying that it was your love that lifted him and gave him the strength to fight on, outliving his diagnosis by a year and a half. Early life and humble beginnings. Frank Caprio's story begins in Providence, Rhode Island, where he was born in 1936. He grew up in a working-class immigrant family during a time when life was far from easy. His father, an Italian immigrant, worked long hours as a fruit peddler and milkman to support the family. These early struggles shaped young Frank's perspective on life. He learned the value of hard work, humility, and, most importantly, empathy. In interviews, Caprio often recalled how his father taught him to never look down on anyone. When someone comes before you, his father told him, put yourself in their shoes. Imagine it's you standing there. How would you want to be treated? This simple piece of advice stayed with him throughout his life and would later define his entire career on the bench. Education and path to law. Caprio attended Providence public schools before going on to Providence College, where he pursued political science. He worked multiple jobs to pay for his education, including shining shoes and delivering newspapers. He then attended Suffolk University Law School in Boston, where he earned his law degree. During this time, Caprio developed a deep love for public service. He admired leaders who combined justice with compassion and saw the law not just as a set of rules but as a tool to make life better for ordinary people. Career and rise to fame. In 1985, Frank Caprio was appointed to the Providence Municipal Court, a position that seemed, at first, to be modest. Yet it was here that he began to shape his unique style of judging, one that would eventually capture the world's attention. Caprio's courtroom was unlike any other. Instead of cold formality, he introduced warmth and understanding. He listened not just to the charges, but to the stories of the people who stood before him. Whether it was a single mother struggling to pay a parking ticket or a young student dealing with difficult circumstances, Caprio looked beyond the surface and sought a fair and humane resolution. In 2000, his courtroom became the setting for a local television program called Caught in Providence. The show highlighted real cases from his court, and it didn't take long for audiences to notice the extraordinary compassion of this small-town judge. His interactions were often emotional, sometimes humorous, and always deeply human. Soon, clips of the show began to go viral on social media. People from around the world were touched by his ability to balance justice with mercy. One video showed him inviting a child to sit with him on the bench while deciding his father's case. Another captured a tearful moment when he forgave fines for a struggling mother, telling her that he understood her pain. By the late 2010s, Judge Caprio had amassed millions of followers across platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. His courtroom moments had been viewed billions of times. In a world often filled with negativity, people found comfort and inspiration in his message of kindness. The nicest judge in the world. The nickname, the nicest judge in the world, stuck with Caprio, though he often laughed about it. He insisted that he was simply doing what he believed a judge should do: listen, understand, and treat everyone with dignity. His fame eventually reached national television. Caught in Providence received Daytime Emmy nominations in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Interviews on shows like CBS Mornings gave him a chance to share his philosophy more widely. When asked about his approach, Caprio once said, "I'm just a small-town municipal judge, trying to do good. When people appear before me, I think about their circumstances, and I remember what my dad told me. Imagine it's you before the court. How would you want to be treated?" This philosophy resonated not only with people who appeared before him, but also with viewers who had never stepped foot in his courtroom. Family and personal life. Beyond the courtroom, Frank Caprio was a devoted family man. He was married to his wife Joyce for nearly 60 years, and together they raised 5 children. He was also a proud grandfather of 7, and even a great-grandfather twice over. His family often described him as warm, humorous, and endlessly supportive. Despite his fame, he remained grounded, always putting family first. In fact, one of his greatest joys was spending time with his grandchildren, who sometimes appeared with him in court. Faith, values, and kindness. Caprio's Catholic faith was central to his life. He frequently spoke about the power of prayer and the importance of compassion. His final message, asking for prayers, was consistent with how he lived. Never afraid to be vulnerable, always trusting in God and in the kindness of people. His son summed it up perfectly in the family's statement. He had great doctors to treat his illness, but it was the love and support from all of you that lifted him and gave him strength. Caprio's life was proof that kindness can be a powerful force, capable of touching millions and transforming even a simple courtroom into a place of hope. Legacy and tributes. In the wake of his passing, tributes have poured in from leaders, celebrities, and ordinary people alike. Governor McKee called him a treasure, while countless fans across the globe shared how Caprio had inspired them to see the good in others. For many, his legacy is not only in the legal decisions he made, but also in the example he set, that justice should never lose sight of humanity. He leaves behind not just a family who adored him, but also a world that learned valuable lessons from his kindness. Judge Frank Caprio may be gone, but his impact is everlasting. From his humble beginnings in Providence to becoming a global symbol of compassion, his story is one of resilience, empathy, and love. His courtroom became more than a place of law, it became a classroom for kindness, teaching us that mercy and justice can coexist. As we remember Judge Caprio, we are reminded of his own words: put yourself in their shoes. Imagine it's you before the court. How would you want to be treated? That simple lesson is one we can all carry forward in our own lives. If you've been touched by Judge Caprio's story, we encourage you to spread kindness today in his memory. And if you'd like to continue honoring his legacy with us, don't forget to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more stories about remarkable lives that have made a difference. Judge Frank Caprio showed us that one person's compassion can change the world. May his soul rest in peace, and may his example continue to inspire generations to come.